That's how you lift stuff in the building trade, Tom. If you don't lift it like this, you ain't a real man. Yes, Tom, on. Luckily that had its hat on. So we're on site today, Tomo. We're in Petersfield Museum. It's the oldest police. The oldest? The oldest. It's the oldest police. What's it called? Station in Britain. So we've got all of this floor to do. We're working for Phoenix Construction today. They quite a big firm. And then if you come with me, it's going to be a museum. This is, Tom. So. That's what you've got this on for. There's another bit in there that we can't get to. Tommy, is this your first ever time on a building site?
It's probably like the first ever time I've worn a hard hat for any good reason.
This is where it is, Tommy. But last time we was here, it was there. We could come through here. But now they've built it all. Look at this. Oh. There's so much room for activities, come on. This used to be horse stables.
You're teaching in fact, I'm doing all the heavy work.
Yeah, well I didn't actually...
As you can see, I do all the work, Tom.
We've only just found out how to get here.
Right, come in, let me show you what we're doing. So the top of your screed is the bottom of that disc. Right. So you're going to have millimetres in difference, right? So you might have 50mm over there, 45mm over there. But at the end of it, our screed will finish there, so you've got a flat floor. Laser level sits on there, and that's how we get our data on that point. Marking down from there. That is a transformer, so it breaks the power down from 240 down to 110. It's like a big plug socket. Isn't it?
You know what these do, Tom?
Sure.
These are called tripods.
Nice. Brad told me that too.
Oh, did he? Oh.
That is a staff. So what we use, Tom, this is a receiver for our laser level, right? The laser level is in there on a tripod. There, bang on there. I'm there. Is that you? Yep. So we attach the receiver to the staff, and then the laser level transmits the labour to the receiver, and we stick the receiver on the pod, like that, and then we adjust that disc to the height of that. So therefore we know the floor is 100% level.
Buddy, something like that. Yep, back again.
That's a man. That's a face of a man was nearly defeated, Tom, but not quite. It's hard work, mate. So they sent the gear in from the truck, but for some reason it's coming in and it's starting to separate. The sand and the binder is separating. So therefore we're mixing it in situ. So we're trying to bind it all back together because the water's rising to the top too quickly. And that's hard work. And the reason we've got a pump and a mixer is so that we don't have to do this hard work. But get there, Tom, won't we, mate?
Got more rooms to go, yeah?
More rooms, yeah. Get through a year, but I've got a new driver. And Chris, the other driver, is the bomb. Ain't you, Chris? That's Chris. Say hello, Chris.
Hello, mate.
He's really good. We won't have this problem with Chris. On the second half, we won't have this problem, trust me.
Yeah, you're gonna have worse.
We're gonna have worse. Chris always knuckles in and gets involved. Hard work. It's now 20 to 5, Friday afternoon, Valentine's Day. Ah, Tom.
What have you been up to, Sam?
Basically been on them things. The laughing gas, he said.
I think there's lots of evidence to suggest that you and Brad
Have loads of them.
have loads of those. See?
I think we should clear them up. This is a bit horrible. I thought this place was really nice.
It's very thin. Oh. What the f*** you done that? It's a lovely cup of coffee.
Is it hot?
Is it hot?
Perfect, fellas. Do you know what, not hot?
How hot is it? He can't even talk! He can't even talk, he's broke clothing! Is that hot?
Yeah, very hot. Fuck it, you make me know. My rate's just gone up for the day.
I've doubled me day rate!
Bumble now, boys.
That's where the horses used
This is where the horses used to be, yeah. So this is the oldest police station in the country. We're in Great Britain, Petersfield. Tom's just on a tripod. Great Britain, Petersfield, oldest police station in the land. Turning it into a museum. Pay attention in school, kids. Because you'll end up working like him if you don't pay attention in school.
Yeah, you will.
Right, I'll give you a tour, come on. Like cribs of the police. This is where the prisoners would walk up and down. And they'd get their daily exercise after eating their porridge. We're going to take you through the cells.
Yeah, at its height, there were over 60 police officers worked out of here because it was a divisional headquarters.
Right.
Yeah.
But there was only ever 3 cells. So
Only over 3 cells because it wasn't a prison; it's a custodial. So you get banged up in here because you've committed or they think you've committed a crime, and then they would either give them the sentence from there, or if it's over a certain amount, they were sent to Winchester to wait trial.
Wow. So was you born when this was open?
Pardon?
Was you born when this was open?
Not in 18. When it was open. No, I was born. Yeah, I was here. This was open until 2016.
Oh wow.
Yeah, Hampshire.
What, working?
It was working. The cells were working to about 2010.
I assume it didn't look like it does now.
No.
Not really, but not as much as you. It was nearer than you think. This, we haven't done anything to this except taken out all the lights.
Oh, right.
And nothing in here. That floor was exactly like this.
Wow.
These were used to cells up to
Up until-
2010.
Wow.
Oh wow.
What we found, I'll show you here, speak best on this side. Look, when they took this wall down, the builders were amazed to find that every 2 courses, the Victorians had put steel bars in.
Yeah.
So the doors are really heavy doors, and they're really well held together.
Is there any really bad prisons or anything in it that have come?
Oh, prisoners?
Yeah.
Do
you know?
There are prisoners, obviously murderers, held here for various reasons.
I'm innocent, it weren't me.
And there was a variety. But people who committed a murder, they would be held here.
Let me out, I need my exercise and my porridge.
And sometimes they would commit a crime in front of the police so they could sleep in here. And we have lots of cases of that. Lots of cases of that. Stealing hay or stuff like that. So they would do these different crimes, but there was always some petty crime, even with kids.
Would you do press ups and stuff in there if you was in the cell?
Yeah. Well, what would you even do if you was in it?
Me personally, I'll do press ups, shadow box.
No, there's actually a ghost around it.
There would be. There are a lot of people that died in it.
Yeah.
Surely. Nice.
I just fell over again. I didn't realise there was a hole there.
Look, Tom, you'd press this button and it'd
Press it. Yeah, what do you want? Huh? You're guilty.
There they are. Those are the bits you wanted.
Ah.
The police, no one knows exactly why they were used, but we think they were used for the chaining.
Yeah, so
Because they said if you had two prisoners in the cell, you might want to keep them apart.
Wow.
So you might chain them to or handcuff them to those rails.
So they literally can't move.
That's what it's believed.
Yeah.
But we haven't found total proof. That's what we believe. Yeah.
Wow.
That was embedded. That's the only bit that was shown.
For their cuffs.
Yeah. And then cuff them through. Then they dug out all the courtyard over here.
Yeah.
So they dug down and found a medieval wall. So these two blocks here, the medieval sculpted, hand carved wood, stone blocks from a medieval basement from a building that they found. So an archaeologist here. They pulled out these blocks. That's one of the original timbers, Victorian timbers.
Mad, isn't it? How old's that then? When's that?
1860s.
And we know the police cars, or police vehicles, it might not have been police cars, hit this wall. Right? In fact, there was like a motorway barrier around it.
Right.
And you can see the chips. We've had to rebuild this wall, but we've insisted, the museum, it has to go down stone by stone.
It is one.
So stone by stone, you can see there, and put back exactly the same. It's just that one they couldn't put back in because it broke. So we still can tell the story of what happened to that. And these are just blockers. They will have the flints are going back in, and the flints are going back in exactly the same position. So at the end, the only thing that would be different had been rebuilt. You can see the numbers.
Yeah.
The brickie was just telling the chief priest, someone's muddled all the bricks up, so he's having to find the numbers.
You boys not finished yet? Come on.
You boys not done yet?
Someone's got a date.
You got a date for?
Yeah, Valentine's.
Shut up!
Yeah, my right hand.
Yes, no.
When you watch this, Tom, you're going to see a toilet.